If you got the right person, they'll make you love stuff you never loved, you know? Like, I used to hate Las Vegas, as I used to play there a lot, and I would, like, just play for, like, crap money, and I'd eat in the cafeteria. Oh, casino cafeterias, where the workers eat. It's like the Irish level on the Titanic, but not fun. It's real bad. And my wife loves Vegas, because she basically pointed out, she's like, look, we're doing better now. We can spend money on things. You're getting better gigs. The thing I love about Vegas is everyone goes. You see every kind of person from all over the world all hanging out, right? Being idiot adults. Like looking across the room and being like, you being a shitbird? I am being a shitbird, are you? High five. Here we are. Just for 2 days. Then it's back to the kids. All right. Wink. There's something for everyone in that town. You learn stuff about yourself. I learned I like watching young people get wasted, you know? Not like a creep, not like, that one's almost ready, start the van. Not like that. Get the zip ties, he's about to pass out. Not like that. No, just like, I feel like a retired professional athlete, you know? So when I was younger, I used to get blown out. I had a Herculean tolerance, and I used it and abused it. I still drink, I still get it on, but not like I used to, because I'm old now. But I like watching someone with the metabolism of a jungle cat go nuts. It's fun. I saw a dude in Vegas, true story, tell a story to his friends, vomit suddenly, without his knowledge, on himself in the middle of said story and laugh it off. Oh, it was amazing. He's just like, man, last night was crazy. Woke up in this weird chick's hotel room. I don't even know what the hotel was. I was missing my shoes. Where were you guys? Because I... Look what happened to me. Look what happened to me. As if someone else barfed on this guy. It was amazing. If I threw up on myself suddenly because of alcohol, I would weep, change my shirt, and go to AA. I would walk right into an AA meeting. It's time for a change. Not this guy. This guy just went, holy shit, should I get another shirt? The whole casino goes, yeah, man. Jesus. There's no other option. The people watching on that level in Vegas is insane. Like, my wife and I were inside an air-conditioned bar that had a glass wall overlooking one of those daytime party pools with, like, pit bull music blaring everywhere and foam. Everyone's out there just doonch, 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 doonch. I think it's called rehab or something, or detox, ironically. So everyone's getting faded. And that day, it was 115 degrees. It was a record heat wave that weekend. And I'm watching people almost just break down. Like, all the women are laying under whatever shaded surfaces there are, because they're the more, you know, evolved of the species, let's be honest. But the guys are just like walking in the heat of God's wrath, like, this ain't shit, I'm fine. And hitting on women. Eventually, the women start going, I'm done. This is awful. I'm going inside. I'm gonna catch fire. This sucks. I'm so sweaty, I hate it. And they go in, but the guys who are still out there with their flame tattoos and their affliction tank tops, still hitting on women. Oh, they were so fun to watch because they were all yoked and muscular and butch and manly, but they kept being like almost pulled to the ground by science and heat. It was like watching the movie Terminator 2 when the T-1000's coming at the guy and he's machine gunning him and he's just breaking up but still won't stop. Joints giving out, still getting up again and again. I saw this bro just go up to this woman and was like, hey, couldn't help but notice you. Listen, my name's Chad. And I think you're hot. I think, you know, I'd like to be a little forward. Think maybe you want to get a drink. No! So what do you say? Everyone in the bar is like, stay down, you're gonna die. Get him some water.
Vegas is where it's at for a bachelor party. You know, I can only handle Vegas for 24, maybe 48 hours tops. Not willing to throw my life away financially, and you need to be if you're going to stay in Vegas for an extended period of time. A few games that I enjoy. You know what I'm saying? Roulette is the one I will never touch, and people always get in my way like, dude, you got to play roulette, man. What are you doing? Adam, dude, that's the game of chance, man. You never know what's going to happen when you play roulette, man. You never know what's going to happen when you play roulette, man. Do you know, man? You never know what. Do you know what's going to happen? You don't know. You don't. It's fucking roulette, dog. You don't know. I'm like, bullshit. I know exactly what's going to go down. Here's anybody playing roulette ever. Ready? Black. Fuck! Like, that's pretty much every time. You're a failure in 2 seconds. Congratulations, Carl. Go tell your wife you can't pick colors properly, you piece of shit. That's an attractive quality in a man. Craps is fun. Craps, you can build some cash out of nowhere with a collective group of strangers and have that out of nowhere unexpected energy be built. And we can all use a little more of that right now with what's going on. Just rally around some strangers and just look each other in the eye and be like, dude, we're all on the same page. We're winning. We all want money. That's what we're here for. And the superstition level in craps is top notch. Because if you're saying some silly bullshit and you're winning, everyone jumps on board. A lot of people go with the standard, come on, grandma needs a new pair of blue jeans. But you can literally, I don't know why grandma always needs more blue jeans, but she does. Fucking get them for her if that's what she wants. She's about to die. Fucking hook her up with some Levi's, you know what I'm saying? But sometimes people go with, come on, anything you want. And people, if you're winning, again, come on, Santa needs a hand job and an Uber. Just saying whatever somebody jerk out Santa. This guy's hard. Sometimes people get a little too revealing with their info at craps. A little too honest, a little too all the eggs in one basket. Just, come on, Daddy needs a new minivan for a second family. You're like, holy shit! All right, well that's definitely not the time to reveal that info, Dan. I love the fights in Vegas, the drunk public couple fights. If you're a couple and you get shit-faced and you start fighting, stay outside. It's free entertainment. Don't be selfish and go inside. No, stay outside for the rest of us to watch. That is the best programming. Money can't buy that. Vegas truly is the best backdrop because, the ambiance, the lights, out past hours you're not accustomed to. Couples can't handle Vegas. A lot of them, when they go there for the first time, and Vegas rewards you, too. They recognize if you stay up late enough, they're just like, oh, shit, it's 4 a.m. and you're still awake? All right, here's Jeff and Diane from Iowa. They're hammered. Enjoy yourself, They haven't been here before. It's about to get weird. Last time I was there, my buddy and I sat in the lobby of the New York Casino for a good 45 minutes, just watching this shit show. He's drunk, she's drunk, not making any sense, but they somehow understood the drunken babble that was being exchanged. She's just like, you don't seem to step in the front in the dojo. This motherfucker, did you stop it again in the front of the dojo? And the dude looks at her, I swear to God, verbatim and goes, oh, is that, oh. I'm not even paraphrasing. That's what they were fucking saying to each other. It's their own secret language. And at the height of the fight, out of nowhere, the dude does a cartwheel in front of his chick. Just a grown adult male cartwheel. Shit escalated. This motherfucker cartwheels, and at the end of the cartwheel, with a lot of purpose and aggression, looks right at her and goes, boom! Yo, boom? Why you so defensive, bro? Has she been questioning your cartwheeling abilities? No doubt that is a fight that's been brewing all day long. Started at the pool, now they're in the cab on the way to the club. She won't let it go. You were just such a fucking embarrassment at the pool today, Max. Every 15 minutes, like, ooh, look at me. I can whip in the neck. Yeah, well, I was trying to make your friends laugh, Carrie. I was trying to make your friends laugh. I thought that was funny. Yeah, well, it fucking wasn't. I'm no comedy, motherfucker, okay? And you know what? I don't want to say anything, but you know what? This is my first time hanging out with Chelsea, and now she thinks you're fucking psycho. So now I have to deal with that on Monday. Thank you for that, you fucking piece of shit. But I don't want to say it, but it's Vegas. You say what you feel. You speak from the fart, and I'm going to tell you exactly what I think. I don't even think you could do a fucking cartwheel, Max. What the fuck did you say to me? Gets out of the cab. No, is that really what is that really into the club? Is that, cartwheel, boom! Dude, 45 minutes, we did not get up. My buddy was going to get a drink. He was like, will you save my seat? I was like, I'll save your seat. I'll change our flights, motherfucker. We're not gonna miss the conclusion. What are you, crazy? I want to see this divorce live. I've invested too much emotionally. Might have to adopt a kid. Don't get violent when you fight. Couples make that mistake. Never ends well. Prime example, Florida. This couple got into it. Chick stabbed her boyfriend in the stomach during the argument because the dude farted on her head. You should be laughing way harder. That is the funniest shit I've heard in my entire life. Google fart stab Florida tonight if you don't believe me. 6 pages of entertaining bedtime reading material. That is a power move by that dude. Yo, let's be clear about one thing, San Francisco. You get farted on during a fight, hey, guess what? You lose that fight. That's a TKO in the first round, baby. God didn't put us on this earth with the proper wherewithal to know how to recover from a fucking head fart. That's new age shit. That's why she panicked and got violent. She'd never seen that before. Just this dude's been farting on chicks for years, obviously. You don't improvise that move out of nowhere. He just finally met somebody that wasn't gonna take it. She was raised a little differently. At some point in her life, her dad was like, baby, if you get farted on, you fucking attack, you know? And she took that advice to heart. This guy thought he could do his go-to move and get off scot-free. He was like, oh, really? The dishes ain't in the trash? I'll fucking see you in the morning. And she was like, you'll never fart again, motherfucker! Talk it out. Save your farts.
I used to work in bars. I worked in bars for 6 years. I lived in Chicago. Great town, right on, great town, full of wild pirates like yourself, man. Respect, concrete respect to you. It was great, but you know, I started as a barback, which it's a special kind of hell. I will say something, not to get political on you, but I think my strongest political belief is I just don't trust anyone who's never worked a job where they thought about killing themselves at least once. Like, at least once. Like, once. You're just like, this could all end, and I can end it right now. I'm not even clinically depressed right now, but what if? What if I just killed myself, you know? That thing where you're like, God damn it, I got 5 hours left in this shift. Or... swallow 25 aspirin, I don't know. Whatever it take. When you're barbacking, all you're doing is washing glasses and putting them away. Just stack them, put them away. And there's 2 or 3 bartenders that are slammed, and you're not allowed to make drinks. And there's beers and ice in front of you, and taps and liquor bottles behind you, and people are just like, just get me a drink. Just pour some whiskey in a cup. It's right there. There's a beer right there. God damn it. You're like, I can't. Please stop yelling at me. I'm not allowed. I'll be fired. Please, sir. What are you, a stupid monkey? You're just like, God damn it. I remember looking down at a stirring fork and being like, all it would take is just 2 right there. Just right there, and just bleed out in front of this dickhead. Looking at him, sit on a stool and be like, you did this. Just break all his drinks in half with my face and slide down the bar. Clean this up. Just die right there, staring at him, still dying, shitting, all behind the bar. You're cleaning this up, sir. You are. I don't know what you said. It crosses the mind, you know? Absolutely. But I think those jobs hone you and make you into the person you're supposed to be. If you've never worked a crap job, you know, that's bad, because you're not your truest self, you know? I think it's like MMA or something, right? It kind of makes you, you know, tough in your own way and find the real you. Like, I was always a funny person growing up, you know, I was always class clown and stuff, but I would get accidentally hilarious when I was a bartender. When I was slammed, and stuff would just come out of me, you know, that would kill. And I'd be like, I was just being serious. What, that was funny? Like, I remember being so busy, in the weeds, as we call it in the industry, the folks here know, I lost my sight. Like, I don't know if it was sweat in my eyes, I don't know if I was dehydrated, but my eyesight went blurry, and all I saw were colors and shapes. That's it. And I'm just pushing drinks out and hoping I'm making the right change, and feeling credit cards like Braille to see who it is, you know? It was awful. And then some dick somewhere in front of me goes, fuck, am I invisible? And I said sincerely, who said that? And the whole bar cracked up. And I'm like, yeah, throw him out. And they did. The guy's like, hey! Threw him out the door. I am Caligula. People would get away with crazy stuff in Chicago. Like, there was a bar called Coconut Joe's, a beach bar, nowhere near a beach. And there were like a thatched roof and tiki drinks and all that stuff. And they had this amazing, fun, and super safe thing they'd do where they'd just take a bottle of 151 and pour it all over the bar, splashing, not in just a nice line, just everywhere. Light a match, just light the whole bar on fire. And you're like, oh, yay, arson. What a good time. And they'd never warn you. Like, that's how piratey it was. And one night, there's a dude laying back against the bar like this in a tank top, and he had the most back, shoulder, and arm hair I've ever seen in my life. Like thick, like a Wookiee or a mammoth. So much hair. Like that thickness where if you took a baseball and set it on it, it wouldn't sink. It would just lay on the green right there. And he's just laying there, and sure enough, this dude's pouring the rum, and I'm like, oh, like I see it about to happen, but my throat seized up because I was so afraid. Whole thing went on fire, and so did this dude. Like, whole back and shoulders, just, and we threw a jacket on him. Thank God Chicago's always cold. There's always a pile of jackets. We grabbed 2 jackets and just covered them, right? Put them out. And I learned something horrible about myself, which is if I see someone catch fire, the first thing I do or say is not, oh no, let's help him. We should put him out. That guy's on fire, right? The first reaction that comes out of me instinctively is, wow. Oh no. Oh, is he all right? I didn't know back hair caught that fast. What, are you pouring VO5 Sassoon all over yourself there, sir? Chicago's great, but it's also just wrong. Bars are open till 5 a.m. 5? That's kind of a crime against God. Even as a 24-year-old, I'm like, we made it. I don't want to be here. Like, I'm tired. And you sit there and you drink till 5, and if you know the bartender, it's almost worse because he or she will be like, last call, not you, you stay. Cool. Right? And then you stick around, and they lock the door when everyone's gone, and you drink some more. And there's no better way to feel like an absolute pile of trash than by walking out of a dark, windowless bar, cartoon sailor drunk, into a bright, sunshiny, fully grown day. Like a zombie, like, oh no. Is it sun time already? Is that a term? Oh, how is everyone? You're jogging? Welcome. Okay. What a lovely dog and baby. Oh, is this the line for brunch? Go to bed, sir, my God. You're sweating booze. You're like such a pile of shit.
We love New York. Yeah, you could cheer for it. New York loathes us. Every Los Angelino has taken that picture out of the plane on your way to New York, right? And you're like, LAX to JFK, here I go. Oh, I'm bi-coastal. You're not. You're bi-curious. It's totally different. It also, you're not bi-coastal because you live here, but your parents live in New Jersey. It doesn't make you bi-coastal. Every Los Angelino is like, headed to New York. No New Yorker has ever posted like, Newark to LA, can't wait. They never do. We're like, I'm headed to the East Coast. New Yorkers are like, oh, I gotta go to LA this weekend.
I remember one time, I was in a pizzeria in New York City, and I saw a man trying to put red pepper flakes on his slice of pizza. And the holes on top of the red pepper shaker were too small for the red pepper flakes to escape through. So this guy was just shaking the shit out of it with nothing coming out. And finally, he got so frustrated, he looked to me for consolation. And he was just like, fucking New York City, huh? Anything to save a buck. Who's doing this guy's cost-benefit analysis? You know, like, he got so angry about the pepper shaker that it turned him into a full-blown conspiracy theorist. Where in the back of his mind, there's some diabolical pizza shop owner that's just like, what? They raised rent? Shrink the pepper shaker holes.
New York City, everybody, here we are. City of dreams. That's how they bill it, right? City where dreams come true. Have you looked around? Does it look like people's dreams are coming true out there? Oh, look, a Mexican man delivering Chinese food on a bicycle. Just like he always dreamed back home. A family digging through the garbage for bottles and cans because they're just that passionate about the environment. Do what you love and the money will come. A nickel at a time. People working 2 and 3 part-time jobs into their 30s and 40s, having 2 and 3 roommates. A lot of people seem to have that dream in New York. And it is coming true. Living in New York is like one extended game of how well are you hiding your poverty and depression. Some days you'll hide the poverty better, other days the depression. But when you get that balance just right, oh, people say, look, that guy's dreams are coming true. Let's get a selfie with him. Everybody's hustling in New York, overworked, underpaid. Sometimes you just get hired for jobs you didn't even apply for. I drive a 2007 Toyota Prius, charcoal gray, nondescript. But now that Uber and Lyft exist, people just get into my car routinely. Just recently, this young woman gets in my car, announces, "We're going to Brooklyn." Starts waving her girlfriends over. I'm like, whoa, we're not going to Brooklyn. She's like, excuse me? I'm like, I'm not a cab driver. She's like, what? I'm like, this is not a cab. I'm a person who has a car and drives himself places he needs to go. And then she was horrified when she realized that she like ran out, traumatized, into the embrace of her friends as if I had done something wrong. I was like, you broke into my car. And she was so sure of herself that I was like, maybe I do work for Uber. Like, is this how they hire you? Someone just gets in and is like, all right, where in Brooklyn? Where do you? I just want to get a good review. I hit a cop car with my car. I don't recommend doing that. I was driving home with my fiance. We were just a few blocks from home. We were passing by this cafe that I go to from time to time. I noticed it peripherally that they were open later than usual. So I turned my head like, oh, they're open later than usual. When I turned back, the words police were getting closer and closer. I rammed into the cop car's bumper, and my fiance, to her credit, didn't say anything, but I could just feel everything she was thinking. I was like, you're right. You're absolutely right about all of it. The cop car, we're at a light, the cop car turns off to a side street. So then I turn to my fiance, like, should we just get the hell out of here? Like, it's like, no, we can't do that. So then I turn and follow the cop and pull up behind him. Now all of a sudden it's like I'm pulling him over. Like, maybe I work for the NYPD now. So then we're just sitting and waiting. Cop finally gets out, ambles over. First thing he says is, bad idea hitting a fucking cop car. I was like, yeah, actually, it wasn't my idea. It just happened. Then he was kind of like pacing around. Like, remember when you were a kid and your parents were almost like searching for the punishment? They were beside themselves. So I'm waiting. Finally, he's like, fuck it, I don't want to deal with this. I was like, that was my solution. Then he goes, you were never here. Which I thought was almost existential. Like, are any of us ever really, truly here? Then he turns and walks back to his car. As he's about to get in, he turns back and says, oh, are you okay? I was like, yeah, we're fine. Are you okay? He's like, yeah. Gets into his car, drives away. I turn to my fiance and say, I don't know what these black folks are complaining about. That could not have been a more pleasant exchange. I felt safe. I felt protected. I felt like my life mattered. It was like we were thrust into a commercial for white privilege. If you're not sure whether or not your life matters, I suggest that you hit a cop car. Just see how the rest of the exchange goes. It'll be a little different for everyone. Results may vary. Some assembly required.
I got fears about having kids. It's not even just that. Like, I don't want to pass my shitty genes down to my kids. I was born severely dyslexic, and I was born with a form of nerve damage in my hands that caused my hands to shake. It's the reason why every Instagram video I'm in looks like a boomerang. It's also the reason why every conversation I've ever had with the cops is ended with, yeah, I'm still gonna have to look in the trunk. I love my shaking hands now, though. Of all my disabilities, shaking hands is definitely my favorite one. As a kid, I was super embarrassed by it. It made me feel super weird. Now, it's way more fun, and I'm not just talking about sexually. Like, think about the most boring thing in your guys' life, for example. Like, think about soup, for example. For you guys, soup, very boring. For me, soup is like an action movie. The people I'm sitting at the table with are like, I don't know if he's gonna make it! Spoiler alert, I never make it. I'm so dyslexic too. I'm super dyslexic. Like, I'm so dyslexic, I'd say after the show, go ahead and follow me on Twitter if you hate spelling and grammar and love puzzles. By the way, the guy who came up with the name and spelling for dyslexia, huge asshole. Like, what's their problem? They can't read or spell too well? Let's throw a silent Y in there. Why? Because fuck them, it'll be funny for the rest of us. As a dyslexic person, texting is a nightmare. The only thing worse than texting, sexting. Yeah, because this is my job. I travel for a living. I'm normally on the road like 40 weekends out of the year, and it's very hard to keep it spicy with the woman you're dating when she thinks you're constantly trying to slide into her Virginia. But then Talk to Text came out, and that shit was like a game changer for me. But even that would have its hiccups, because I'd be like, ooh, do you like that? And Siri would be like, yeah, not so much. And every time I'm doing my Talk to Sex, like I said, I'm always in some hotel room, and there's always a connecting door, and I'm always terrified on the other side of that door is some sweet family on vacation. And they hear me doing my Talk to Sex, and Siri's always fucking up the words, so you gotta keep repeating yourself. So I'm just in there like, panties, panties, panties. Like, no, why would I want to wear her pastries? Fuck off. We all have our things, you know? I also have cerebral palsy. I normally don't talk about all these topics back to back because then it sounds like I'm trying to start myself a fucking foundation. Like, that's the crazy thing about having all my disabilities too. Like, you couldn't tell by looking at me. Like, if I parked in a handicap spot at a store and you saw me walk into a Target, you'd be like, I'm keying this motherfucker's car. I would fall, break a lot of bones and shit like that because of my CP. The worst for me that ever really happened when I was in 6th grade, I had to have both my legs put in walking casts to stretch my Achilles tendons out. And to cheer me up, my parents said we were gonna take a trip. Now, in your logical 12-year-old kid brain, when you hear trip, where do you think we're going? Exactly, the Hooters on Staten Island. I don't know, you guys all did that at once. That was fucking impressive. And here's the thing, I'm 38 years old. I still wonder to this day sometimes who pitched that idea, my mom or my dad. Because think about that. Well, I was in that doctor's office, having my little fat kid legs taped up to look like giant cannolis. One of them had to be out in that waiting room like, hey, wouldn't it be funny we take the boys, see some boobies? I use that voice because I hope it was my dad. And not my mom just like, hey, you know what always cheers you up, boobies? And as soon as we walked through the door of this Hooters, my parents lied to these waitresses and told them it's my birthday. Do you guys know what they do at Hooters when it's your birthday? They make you stand on top of a plastic chair and you air jerk off salt and pepper shakers while they sing you happy birthday. Yeah, like I had to do that shit in front of my mom and dad. And I was 12. It wasn't like I didn't know what this was. It was the year jerking off showed up. And it showed up in a big way. Like the two biggest things that year in my room were masturbation and Oasis's Wonderwall. Yeah, it was a constant champagne supernova. My dad's a man's man too. My dad's a guy's guy. My dad's a New York City firefighter and a blue-collar Republican. I'm a New York City liberal and I do this for a living. I know, it is funny. Sometimes I do think to myself, like, is there any way you could be a bigger disappointment to your New York City firefighter father? Then I think, yeah, gay terrorist. Which, by the way, is what my dad calls a yoga instructor, so. Very progressive, man. My dad, like, I love my dad. I love hanging out with my dad. The only problem is when we hang out, sometimes my dad's guy friends come, and they're all like the types of guys who would like smack a chick on the ass and be like, hey, what's the matter with me? What's the matter with you? That's a compliment. You should smile more. You got a pretty face. Gentlemen. And we were at this Yankees game a couple summers ago, and this dude was like, hey, what do you do for a living, pal? Huh? What do you do? You make something with your hands? What do you do? And I was like, oh, I'm never gonna tell you. And he was like, come on, what do you do? And my dad, the Judas, told me out immediately. He's like, oh, him? He's a comedian. And they're like, oh, you comedian? Tell us a joke. Funny guy. Come on, Andrew Dice Clay, tell us a joke. To which I was like, oh, no. And that guy got pissed. He was like, sure, whatever, you're a comedian. Then he got up to get everyone else beers. But right before he leaves, he just leans in, taps me, and goes, woof, I'm sweating like a Jew in an audit here. Yeah, and they all start hysterical laughing. And then another one of them taps me and goes, now that's a comedian. No, it's not. That's just a racist with good timing. That's it. Have you ever seen one of those dudes who works out but does no cardio, so he just looks like someone ripped the arms off a He-Man and put him on a Mr. Potato Head? That was that dude, mustache and all. And he kept bragging. He kept bragging the whole game about how he got laid the night before, and he was like, last night, I totally did it with this chick, and then she left stuff in my apartment so she could come back so we could do it again. And I was like, are you sure it wasn't because she was like, oh, I gotta get the fuck out of here. The fucked up part is, though, is guys like that guy and guys like my dad make the best dads. Mostly because of the fact that their kids fear them. Like, that's not gonna be the case for my generation. Like, none of our kids are gonna fear us. Mostly because of the fact that none of us are gonna work the kinds of jobs you come home and beat your kids from. Like, nobody comes home from a hard day of graphic designing and beats their kid. Like, you've never heard anyone be like, oh no, look out, Dad's Photoshop crashed. My dad's idiot friend, too, is one of those dudes who rocks a pop collar. You ever see one of those gentlemen? Oof. Yeah, by the way, if you don't know what the pop collar means, basically what the pop collar means is that guy is 2 Bud Light Limes away from telling you what he really thinks about Puerto Ricans. He's racist. That's not a pop collar as much as it is a reverse Ku Klux Klan hoodie. And for some reason, it's salmon. And this dude was like, dude, let me give you a little bit of advice. And I was like, oh, I totally want advice from a man who's dressed like a dog that just got back from the vet. What's up? And he was like, when you date a chick, you gotta date a chick who loves sports. A chick who loves sports. And his whole logic was, it's like being with one of the guys. It's like being with one of the guys. I don't know, me personally, anytime I'm fucking anybody, I want it to be like none of the guys. Like, you're never gonna hear me say, like, oh, wait until you meet my new girlfriend, Jessica. You'll totally love her. She'll totally remind you of Greg. It's not gonna happen. I did one time go out on a date with a woman who loves sports, and it clearly went terrible, because I'm like this guy, you know what I mean? And about halfway through the date, at one point, this lady just turned to me, and to my face, she just went, you know, they don't make men like they used to anymore. Yeah, I know, to my face. But the fucked up part is, I totally had to agree with her. Because if they did, I would have had to hit her for having an opinion on men. To be very clear, that is a joke about how I don't hit women.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you guys so much for coming out in the 5 minutes between a pandemic and World War III. Yeah, it was a good week, right? We had a good couple days there. It was good. And I'm glad to see New York is not dead, right? Yeah, we've tried. We've tried. Keeps coming back, like Crocs. You can't kill what doesn't want to die. New York will never be dead because there's things you can do here you can't do anywhere else in the world, right? I kicked a pigeon. Yeah! I don't think you can do that in Idaho. I don't know. Well, you can, but it's their dinner. What, do we have people from Idaho here? And there's things you see here you can't see anywhere else in the world. On my way over here tonight, I saw a woman chasing after a rat with a butterfly net. And she looked at me and went, "Gonna eat like kings tonight." And I was like, God, if I saw that in Ohio, I'd call the cops. But I see that here and I just go, oh. She's keto. Good for her. No net carbs, you know. City's coming back to life again, though. I was in Central Park. I love Central Park. It is the one place you can see people doing meth and Tai Chi. And you can't tell the difference. It's like, what's that guy doing? Standing crane? No, he's just been trying to pick up that napkin for the last 3 days. Good for him. Oh, it's not in good shape, though. Right now, I feel like the city is like Keith Richards. It's not dead, but it doesn't look good. I feel like I'm walking around the city like I'm a character in a Batman movie. Like, somebody's got to clean up this town. This is a mess. And we lost a lot of people during the pandemic. And we're not getting them back, you guys, because, you know, they're going somewhere else and they're going to realize in other places people are happy. Yeah, they ain't coming back. This is why New York City people could never watch House Hunters, because there's always that one chick that's like, I don't know, only 3 bathrooms. Everyone who lives in New York is like, I slept inside my roommate last night. It's the only place I get Wi-Fi. So yeah, we lost a lot of people. Mainly the ones that won't stab you, and we've kept the ones that will. That's why I'm always happy when I see a guy smoking crack on the street. I'm like, well, at least his hands are full. You know? But what we lack in safety, we always make up for in sound bites. Isn't that the best thing about living in New York, is the stuff you overhear on the street? That is like our primary export. I heard 2 guys talking the other day, and one of them goes, so did you have to show your whole ass? And the other one went, yeah. You can't win best ass unless you show it. And I thought, that should be our new slogan. New York City, you can't win best ass unless you show it, baby. By the way, that guy was Andrew Cuomo. I do know the city is healing because I got catcalled in my mask. So, yeah, it's good to know it was never about my face. I love a masked catcaller, though. That's a guy that has no standards. That guy sees 130 your head and goes, good enough. Some guys are ass men and some like boobs, but this was a forehead guy. I appreciate that. I work hard on my eyebrows, you know. It's refreshing to walk past a guy and have him say, yeah, show me your expressions, girl. My cat calls have always been garbage, though. Someone once told me I reminded them of Eleanor Roosevelt. Yeah. You ever see a picture of him? That guy's not hot. And I was running down the street one day and a guy went, "Redhead, running!" That's it, that's all. Like, that's not catcalling, that's narrating. Like, I found the Morgan Freeman of catcallers. I feel like that might be catcalling in the Me Too era. You know, like guys want to say something, but they don't want to get arrested, so they can only scream facts at you. They're like, blue shirt, brown pants, blonde hair, mailbox, Applebee's, N train. Just, I'm sorting out, you know? Here's a tip, guys. If you want a catcall, here's all you have to say. I appreciate the money it takes to look baseline presentable. Right? It's a long sentence, but women will appreciate it because it's very expensive to be a female. I have a different moisturizer for each body part. I'm broke, but I'm smooth. And all guy products are 10 in 1 and take care of everything. It's like shampoo, conditioner, motor oil, face wash, barbecue sauce, your mother's love, you know? The body wash is a big difference. Women always get a food. We get mango, coconut, cake batter. Guys don't get that. There's no ham and cheese body wash, you know? Guys' body wash is angry. Arctic blast! Phoenix rising! Dick smack! And that's how you start your day? You're in the bathtub like, oh, I love this new Old Spice throat punch! So angry. I want to thank you guys for coming out today, by the way. Yes, thank you, yes. No, because it's Feng Shui Awareness Day. This is an actual holiday that's on a calendar somewhere. Do you know that? It's Feng Shui Awareness Day. So in honor of Marie Kondo, I held everything in my house, and if it didn't spark joy, I threw it out. So all that's left is a bottle of gin. This is ridiculous. We're making up garbage holidays to get us through to the big holidays. My favorite holiday is in October, and I'm not talking about Halloween. I'm talking about National No Bra Day. That is right, that's a holiday. They picked one of the coldest months of the year to have National No Bra Day. I love it. Joke's on them, though, because when you're an A cup, every day is National No Bra Day. Thank you. Yes, the company that makes my bras is called Sweet Nothings. True. I wore a strapless bra once. I exhaled and it became a belt. So I was thrilled when Starbucks came out with the flat white. I'm like, oh my God, that's my nickname. I had a mammogram last month and the tech was taking the scan. She goes, your breast tissue is very dense. I'm like, well, that's because it's bone. It took her 6 tries to get me in the clamp. I was like, use a Xerox machine. We'll be here all night. And I'm fine with it. You know, I like to see my A cups as half full. Proud. We're in that awesome in-between time before it gets too swampy and gross in New York. You know, I don't do summer. Summer is not my season. Summer's a ginger winter. That is when my people go inside. Because I don't tan, I vaporize. You ever walk down the street and you'll see like a flip-flop or a hair tie? That was a ginger. Say a prayer. The sun hit our skin. We evaporated. That's why I never understood Game of Thrones. Just the whitest people in the world running around going, winter is coming! Winter is coming! I'm like, well, that's your season! You know? Go inside, fuck your sister, enjoy yourself! And I am Boston white, too, which is, that's an extreme white, you know? That's a lot of white. I did not know that Boston wasn't diverse until I moved here. And then I realized, I was like, oh, in Boston, diversity is white people of different heights. Oh. Got it. So my people don't do the beaches, you know? Last time I went to the beach, I put on my SPF 5000. That's the kind that's so thick you gotta put it on with a knife. And it never blends into your skin, so I was just on the beach all white with red hair. Kid comes running up, he's like, hey, mister, will you make me a balloon animal? So I did. I didn't want to let him down, you know? Someone invited me to a nude beach. The Irish are not a naked people. You guys, This is why we're not killing the porn scene right now. No one wants to download Brian McFinnigan and touch my shillelagh. It's because there's nothing hot about seeing a circulatory system, you know? You watch an Irish porn like, God, I can see that guy's liver through his stomach. His heart is really beating. What is that, 2 X-rays? We don't do the naked. The Irish people go to great lengths to not be naked. Like, if you're seeing an Irishman naked, it's probably his autopsy. But they opened up a nude beach in Ireland. How does the tourism board sell that? Welcome to Ireland. Hey, you want to see something gross? How do you tell where the sand ends and the people begin? Do you look for the nipples? I have questions. I don't get naked people. I don't get it. My friend said that she grew up going to a nudist camp with her parents. I was like, was this before they arrested people? What year did this happen? She said it's like any other camp. You know, they have activities. I was like, is one of them therapy? Because if I'm naked with my parents, my only activity is crying. I don't need the visual of my father on horseback like, this is a wonderful vacation we're having here. There's lovely time, like, you know, just rock climbing. I need a spotter. Can I get a spotter? You guys, Dad asked me to play cornhole. Camp scarred for life, man. So now I live in Jersey because things are going well. And I moved down the street from a Chili's because things are going real well. And in the beginning of the pandemic, Chili's put out a sign. Chili's is concerned about your health. Now? Really? Like, you have a salad that has the word explosion in it. And the second part of the sign says, and Chili's is concerned about public safety. That's why we're offering curbside margaritas. Because nothing says health and safety like tequila delivered to the window of your Camry. Feeling good in the neighborhood. Like if Chili's was a sound, it would be, ah! It also explains why the state bird of New Jersey should be a dented Toyota Corolla. It is a garbage state. People are using their cars like battering rams out there. But whenever I drive, I always put on Waze, the Waze app. You guys know Waze, right? I love getting directions from a cartoon. It's fun. Because Google Maps is like getting directions from your grandfather, you know? It's like, oh, you want to go to Maine? Let's see, that'll take you 4 hours by motor car, 8 by stagecoach. And if you want to walk, well, you should have left yesterday. But Waze is like getting directions from your friend in the back seat whose edible just kicked in. There's a Dunkin' Donuts 2.5 miles from here. Do you want me to take you there? I can take you there. You just get off this exit and you drive through some guy's kitchen. Oh, God, there's cops in 500 feet. Are these still there? Are they still there? Are these 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 still there? It's like, sorry guys, it would have been here hours ago, but Waze has been trying to pick up that napkin for the last 3 days. Edibles. Edibles. I don't do the weed. Do we have weed people here? There we go. That was the best weed sound that we could ever hope for. Oh. Sounded like a dolphin. Oh. Oh, yeah. I don't do the weed, but you can't say that to the weed people because they always act like matchmakers. They're like, you just haven't found the right strain. Sorry you had a bad time with indica, but have you met my friend Sativa? He's totally chill and he tastes great in a cookie. Never in the history of edibles has anyone ever taken an edible and gone, you know what, that was the perfect amount. It was all I needed. It's genius. Just one head of a gummy bear and I'm right there. I'm way too nervous to take them. The one time I took them, I became paranoid. I'm like, everybody's talking about me. But then the next day I became paranoid. I'm like, nobody's talking about me. That's a rough place to be in. I drink because I just want to make my ancestors proud. Yes, I come from a long line of drinkers. My family tree was made into a whiskey barrel. And our family crest is just a stack of red Solo cups and guy puking in a Kangol hat that says, "The Celtics lost!" That guy gets it. Yeah. But the weed people have community, you know, it's like they have a representative. They have Snoop Dogg. What do the drinkers have? The Kennedys? That sucks. And I have a friend who's a mixologist. That's the closest thing that we have in this day and age to witches. A mixologist. They're always stirring something and listing you the ingredients. They're like, this is elderflower gin with hibiscus syrup and the semen of a righteous man. And you're like, just have a gin and tonic. Ah, hold the eye of Newt. Damn it. I like drinking. I hate it when people ruin the fun for you by telling you how many calories is in something, though. They're like, do you know how many calories is in that glass of wine? I'm like, yeah, that's why I didn't eat all day. It's called drinking responsibly, okay?
Comes up to me, he says, "Keith, I talked to our insurance people. I can't even hire you if I want to. We don't hire people unless they have a San Diego mailing address." I said, "Hey, Holmes, can I live with you?" And Holmes said, "Yeah, totally." I was like, I live in San Diego now. Apparently, I just moved.
But people do get particular. This time, last December, I was performing. I got hired to do a company Christmas party in Louisville, Kentucky. Those people corrected me immediately, all right? It was a big room. It was like 400 people. I went out there. I was excited to be there. It was my first time in Kentucky. I'm like, hey, it's so good to be here in Louisville. I had 400 people immediately. It's pronounced Louisville. It's wool, and it wool. And I was like, whoa, I am so sorry, Louisville. I apologize. And they were angry. It's wool. And I'm like, wool, 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 wool. And then finally I'm like, I can't, all right? I can't say it. I think I have too many teeth. I think that's...
It's really hard being a pandemic parent during the day. Was anybody else pregnant during that period of time? It was hard. It was so it's hard to explain to people how bad it was, just because like we were in the epicenter, right? It was like, for us it was like March, April, May, June, right? The epicenter of the pandemic, 2020, right? And you know we couldn't see our friends, we couldn't see our families. I couldn't go to doctor's visits with my partner, right? We couldn't meet other pregnant couples who were going through the same thing, right? It was really sad and it was lonely. Like we didn't have a baby shower, like we didn't do a gender reveal because we're not idiots, like. Gender reveals is so stupid, man. Because it's not even the gender. It's the gender that was assigned at birth, right? Because imagine in like 15 years, your kid goes up to you, he's like, "Dad, I'm transgender." Oh, what? You mean I accidentally burnt down that forest for nothing? Damn. So anyway, like things were incredibly hard in New York, right? And you saw these stories of, you know, bodies being put into freezers and into trucks, and we were constantly worried about like getting COVID and the kid getting COVID, and it was just horrible. So we did what we thought made sense. We flew cross country to where her parents live to have the baby. It was a smart thing to do. Unfortunately, where we went, that place was San Diego. And I fucking hate San Diego, man. San Diego fucking sucks. Where, are you from San Diego? Or are we booing San Diego? The problem with boos is that they don't say a lot in terms of the context. Let me explain to you why San Diego sucks, all right? All right. When you ask somebody from San Diego what's great about San Diego, what do they say? Oh, the weather's wonderful, right? The weather's great, right? That's how you know it sucks. That means nothing else is going on. Just talking about the climate? What is that? In New York, we don't talk about the weather. We have a billion things to do and talk about, right? Also, our weather sucks here, so what are we even gonna say? Oh, summers in New York are wonderful. It's like 100 degrees and humid, and all the smells from the subway rise to the surface. All the ghosts of fluids past enter your nostrils and make the rent worth it.
Luckily, we have a million other things to talk about. And fucking San Diego, people in San Diego don't go to museums unless there's a museum about board shorts. San Diego is an intellectual and cultural void. All it is people at the beach blasting Amber by 311 on repeat. That's all it is. Amber is the color of your energy. What the fuck does that mean, San Diego? My poor child was born there. One day I'm gonna have to break it to him, because he's gonna have questions. Daddy, how come I struggle to read? You were born in San Diego, son. They're not big fans of the written word there. Daddy, how come people say I have a crappy personality? You were born in San Diego, son. Characters built on hardship. They don't even have rain there. Daddy, is the reason why I'm always kind of tan because I'm from San Diego? No, son, it's because you're half Indian. But the fact you asked me that stupid of a question is because you're from San Diego. The people in the hospital were wonderful. All the doctors and the nurses, all the staff there. I think they were all transplants from other cities, and they were great. On the second day, we met this lactation specialist who taught my partner how to use a breast pump, and she was wonderful. She loved her job so much, maybe a little too much. Because at one point, she said, oh my God, I had so much extra breast milk after my last pregnancy, I started putting it in my cereal. That's how you know you've been in the breast milk game a little too long. When you start saying shit like that to civilians, not other people in the breast milk community. There's a big debate amongst parents. How long is too long to breastfeed your child, right? And I think that if your child is able to say, Mother, can I have some of your sweet, sweet breast milk? In a text message, it's probably too long. It's probably too long. Maybe it's time to unlatch. Me and my partner are not married, or as my mother tells her friends and family, we're married. Yeah, she's old school. She's old school about the idea of children out of wedlock. I know she's old school because she used the phrase children out of wedlock. I'm fine with that. You know, different generation, I understand that. What bothers me is when the government has judgments, right? After we had the kid, I'm in the hospital room, filling out a form, and the question is relationship status, and there's only two options, single and married. Well, I'm not single, we're not married, where's the box for us? Where's the box that says loving, deeply committed relationship, right? No box for that. A lot of missing boxes. No box for that, no box for like bad marriage, rando, open relationship where one person is into it way more than the other person. No, just single and married, right? So I reluctantly check single, give it back to the nurse. The nurse gives me another form. It's a proof of paternity form. It's a legal document I have to sign to swear this is actually my child, right? And I found out that married fathers don't have to sign that form because apparently the assumption is they're married, so clearly it's their kid. You know, give me an example where that's not the case. I don't know, Jesus? That seems to be a notable example. Must have been weird for Joseph to fill out the forms, man. I mean, like, okay, so we're married, right? But it was an immaculate conception, so like it's like God's kid, but we are like married, and he is my son, but you know, it's a little complicated. And then the nurse was like, "Oh, is that what she told you?" I know that some people don't like when I talk about Christianity. Like, why don't you talk about your own religion? How come you can't use your own religion for that joke? You don't think I want to? My God, perfect parallel, like Shiva and Parvati, right? And Parvati makes Ganesha out of turmeric and brings him to life. It's like perfect, right? But I can't use that example because nobody knows what the fuck I'm talking about. Gotta explain everything. Oh, Ganesha, is that the monkey one? No, it's not the monkey one. Not the monkey one. Gotta explain what turmeric is. This is turmeric. You know, no? Turmeric. Oh, turmeric! Why didn't you say so? I love turmeric. Oh my, I put it in my chai tea. In my tea. And then I say namaste. It's pronounced namaste. Wendy at yoga says namaste, so I don't know. I like how I did so many jokes so far, and this is the one that bothers Brooklyn the most. This is the one that's a little too close to home. So, at a certain point, my partner and the baby, they left the room. I guess they went to get some tests or something, and this doctor walked in, and I was still pissed off about the relationship status question on the form. So I go up to him and I'm like, hey, I think this is bullshit that like it just says single and married because I'm neither of those things, but there's no box for me. Like there is no box for loving, deeply committed relationship. And I don't know if there's anything you can do about it, but I'd like to do something here. And he looked at me, he's like, hey, the government says you're single, so I say you're single. I say you party, man. Wait, you like nurses? I met the only doctor in this hospital from San Diego. Is that what happened? So then he's like, hey, you Indian? Which, whatever follows is not gonna be good, right? I'm like, yes, I'm Indian. He's like, oh, I went to med school with an Indian guy, which is suspect immediately, right? Like, oh, you went to med school with just one Indian guy? Just one Indian guy in your med school, just one. Just, where was the med school? Pakistan? How on earth is that possible? How is that possible? Just one? Just one. So I went to med school with this Indian guy. He's Brahmin. Brahmins are like really strict caste. They don't eat meat. They don't drink alcohol. The other castes don't like them. And it's like so he's Brahmin. So we went out to dinner, and I offered him some chicken. He's like, oh, I can't eat that. I'm a Brahmin. And I'm like, oh, you're a Brahmin? Well, I'm a tit man. No wonder we're friends. And then he walked out of the room. And to this day, I don't know if this man was actually a doctor. You walk into my room, you tell me to cheat on my partner the day my child is born. You tell me a weird Indian caste joke with a pun, and then you leave. You're like the fucking reverse Patch Adams. Clown pretending to be a doctor.
Chicago's a drinking town. And I'm a drinker. Now I live in LA. It's more of a rehab town. People in LA go to rehab for wine. Like, I drink a bottle of wine a day. I'm like, yeah, so does my mom. I'm like, yeah, but I take pills. I'm like, yeah, so does my mom.
I don't know what it is in the water up here, but you guys, maybe it's that free-spirited, open mind, creative mindset that allows people to just fucking drive, just fucking let the wind tell you where to go, man. You can go left and right at the same time if you believe in yourself, Damien. Apparently, it's not illegal in this part of the country to cut across 4 lanes on the freeway with no blinker and exit in one fucking motion. Yeah. Applauding that behavior, you animals! Yeah, no, I'll take a family of 5 to get to Bikram yoga on time. I don't give a shit. Get out of my way, Jorge. I got some day sweats to cash in on. Never seen that move. Earlier today, dude just cut across 4 lanes and see you later in one move. No blinker and fuck everybody, and that's what I'm doing today. It's like, hey man, you can't be going speeds upwards of 85 miles per hour and make split-second decisions like that. Not with lives at stake around you. And plus, what is your GPS doing there? Like, an exit now! It's a cokehead tweaker navigation system. Back, come back. You're like, back. Who installed this? God damn it, Toyota. You guys go to the beat of your own drum, and I dig that. This part of the country is truly so creative. So many little things you get to see, too, that you don't get to see around the rest of the country. San Francisco is very privy to new experiences, highlights, memories. I don't know if you've seen this at your airport. Saw this on my way in the men's bathroom. Little piece of poop in the urinal, just hanging out. Never seen that before. Half of you are right to not laugh at that, but also that's concerning that you're just like, nah, man, sometimes that happens here. That's keeping it weird 24/7. That's concerning on many levels, by the way. What is that doing there? This is, again, why you need to go outside. There's still a lot of questions we've yet to answer as a society, okay? A lot of, mysteries we've yet to solve. We think we've got the hot button issues taken care of, like, dude, global warming, is it real? Is it happening? Are we affected? I'm like, yo, dude, there could be fellas out there who are pooping out of their penises. Let's prioritize the issues. Got a future to look after, man. What do you do, by the way, if you're at the urinal as a dude and someone comes in, just pulls them down, turns around? Do you say something? No! You can't. No, you're doing it. Good job. I was in Tampa. I got in an Uber right out of the gate. The guy was just like, "What's going on, man? You good?" I was like, "Yeah, man, just got some shows tonight. Appreciate the lift." He's like, "Oh, hell yeah, man. You going to the strip club?" I was like, no, probably not. He goes, "Oh, shit, come on!" I was like, all right, yeah, you know what, fuck it. You convinced me. That's a good argument. Let's do it. I didn't actually look at it from that angle. That's a good, come on is a great point. He was real fired up about the strip club, so I had some follow-up questions, naturally. I was like, "It seemed like you really love the strip club, huh?" He's like, "Oh, dude, I fucking... dude, I fucking love..." I was like, "I don't know what that was, man. Was that a yes? Is that what you're trying to convey?" He goes, "Dude, I fucking love the strip club, man. I fucking love the strip club, dog. I love it, man." I was like, "What do you love about the strip club?" And he looks at me verbatim and goes, "Oh, dude, I'll tell you, man. Come on, man. The titties, you know what I'm saying? Come on, dude. You know the pussy. Come on, man. And, of course, the booty." I was a little taken aback by his sheer honesty in the middle of a Tampa afternoon. But then I was like, fuck, if we were playing Stripper Family Feud, those would probably be the top 3 answers. He's not wrong. You know? Would have been weird if he was like, the food, the tunes, and the camaraderie. Those bitches are friends. It makes the dances better knowing that. I don't mind getting pimped out to local activities in a certain city. Right out up here, everyone's like, "Gotta go to Ghirardelli. Chocolate fat. You want to see where chocolate was born? You know? Go to the Ghirardelli chocolate factory. Willy Wonka's jealous of this place." And I like that you guys are prideful about your landmarks. Some places I don't understand. I was in Phoenix, Arizona. Everyone was like, "Dude, you gotta go to the zoo, man. Have you been to the Phoenix Zoo? You gotta go, dude. You gotta go to the zoo while you're here, man. The Phoenix Zoo. That's what you do when you're here. You go to the zoo." And I was like, "You have one? It's 140 degrees here all the time. What is that experience like for the animals? You just walk by, they're all like, help!" Treated like a homeless guy you don't have change for. You're like, "I'm sorry, I got nothing. They're like, "I don't want money, I want Gatorade, motherfucker. I'm melting in my own shit." You're talking to the last bear, potentially. Fuck yeah. Look at that hat, dude. Nice. Did you win that in a raffle earlier? That is a cool-ass hat. And I'm obviously deflecting, you know what I'm saying? Like, anytime a dude... and you've got the vest to accompany the hat. Are you always this? Is this your normal getup for, or is it the Saturday special? Is that what we're getting? 7 days a week. Fuck yeah! You go vest and hat 7 days a week. What do you do for work? I don't know why I didn't ask that right out of the gate. You finance dreams and you fix nightmares. I'll take things robots say for 1,000, Alex. Oh, or some weird spiritual figment of my imagination. Dude, how many times have you said that in public? Because that rolled off the tongue. Is that your pickup line at bars to chicks? So, what do? You really want to know? I finance dreams and I fix nightmares. I think my friend needs me. Yeah, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I didn't see you come here with anyone. No, I did. You're wrong, I did. She's been in the bathroom. She had to shit. But it was like one of those peas that turned into shit, so she's gonna be there a while. But wait, I want to finance your dreams. Yeah, that's gonna be a no for me. Let me fix your nightmares at least. No, because I'm having it right now. And I feel like me going to the bathroom is a way to get rid of it. Please don't follow me in there. Try to meet gals, that's always tricky. Guys get in their own heads, right? I'd say 89% of fellas really want to put the best foot forward, make the right impression. We just get jammed up. You know, you girls are sweet and pretty and funny. We get in our own heads, make it tougher than it has to be. There is, however, another 11% out there that is fucking it up for the rest of us. And you know who you are, you creepy bastards. Quit saying weird, pervy-ass shit at the end of the night, okay? Making the rest of us look bad. Throwing Hail Marys on first down. Dude, run a couple plays. Saw the bar was closing. I don't know what you're getting into. You can always come back to my place and smoke a joint and take a bubble bath. What the fuck are you talking about, Alan? Bubble bath? Do you realize how rapey that suggestion is at 3 in the morning? I just wanted to get clean. That's even weirder, dude. She's an adult. It's tough to be comfortable in your own skin. That's what we're all striving for. It's just to be able to live in your own skin and be out there and not make shit weird right out of the gate, you know? To go to a party that you got a last-minute invite to, you know, not knowing too many of the people there, trying to familiarize yourself right out of the gate, get into a hot tub maybe. You didn't bring swim trunks. You're wearing jeans, right? Everyone's looking at you like, you probably can't get in. You say shit like, Carpe diem. Everyone's like, what does that mean? Not really the time for that. You get in with wet pants and you're sitting around like, yeah, fucking, we're all friends. And everyone's like, nope, nobody knows you, man. You just got in with jeans, you know? Conversations being discussed, things you're not privy to, but you want to chime in because you felt that silence lingering for too long, so you just go, anybody ever bought a butt plug? Next thing you know, you're getting kicked out of a party with wet jeans. You want to avoid being that guy, you know? So a lot of ways to equalize that for yourself. You know, a lot of people get tattoos to feel like their best selves. I'm always envious of you ladies. Your choices are so spot on. Thinking about getting one because I know that it's one of those things you do in your 30s, right? Just this is, people know that I'm serious about being a person because I don't know what I'd get. I feel like I'd get something, you know, that nobody has. I would want that. I know I'd be drunk too for the experience to avoid the pain. You know, just maybe just walking all hammered like, hey, just put the Baskin Robbins logo on my asshole, man. I don't know. Fucking, it's a conversation starter, right? Yes, all the flavors. What am I paying you for? You girls are so good with those choices. Girls have so much symbolism with their tattoo selections. I'm so envious. You guys just, you know, all of these have so much symbolism and backstory, and they're very special. They mean something very special to me. I'll tell you what they mean if you really get to know me. Okay, I'll tell you what they mean. You were super patient. I actually have a tattoo of 2 hummingbirds spooning inside of a flower, and there's a bunch of Japanese lettering above it, and it means live your life, to just, you know, live it up. And whatever that means to you, sorry, not sorry. And don't let anyone tell you your dreams aren't achievable. And because if you can see it, you can dream it, you can be it. And if it's not something that you ever thought you could do, then just put on your dream wings and just fly up into the sky and go catch your dreams and just hello dreams and grab them and take a bite of your dreams and just make sure that just fuck you, Dad. You know, just all that's packaged, you know, in one tattoo. You got all that backstory into one little image. Always that moment too, right? We've all had that moment where you clean yourself up. You think that boozing is gonna be a piece of history for you, right? Have that one crazy night and wake up and you're just like, oh, no more drinking for me. Then you take a shower and brush your teeth and you're like, and I'm back in the game. Guys are a little more barbaric with our booze intake than you gals. We don't learn from our mistakes. We have no restraint. We power through despite whatever debaucherous results are produced. You know what I'm saying? Just like, oh, really? I hit one dude at the Wendy's drive-thru with my truck. One dude. And now I'm just supposed to stop drinking Pinot Grigio? It's like, yeah, that's exactly how that works, Kevin. You're not a wine guy, is what that means. And you mix it with ecstasy, dum-dum, so you're 0 for 2 tonight. Gotta read the room. Girls are way better. Have so much more restraint, just acknowledgement of just, I know what my body can handle. You know, I can't drink everything anymore. That was the old me. That was the old Kimberly. It's a new year. It's a new me. I put that on Facebook. I don't know why you didn't like it, but fuck it, I'm still gonna do it. It's my journey. I have to. It's just some things I can't drink. I want to though, like whiskey. I wish I could. I wish I could. I really wish I could. I just trust myself on whiskey is what it is. I don't like who I am. I'm a different person. You can ask Siobhan. Remember Cabo and all that? Don't say anything, bitch. But she remembers what I fucking slut. It's just every drink has a specific behavior for me. That's why it's tough to gauge how I'm gonna respond in public. Like, tequila makes me horny. It does. I'm serious. One shot, I'm just like, I'll suck it anywhere. Yeah, Jaeger makes me violent, you know, so you put them together, just look out! I'll fucking kill you in your sleep and suck your dick and cut it off. I'll have a water, thank you so much.
Well, obviously, a lot of you know I'm from Staten Island, New York, right? Everybody from Staten Island? I love Staten Island. I'm proud to be from Staten Island, but growing up on Staten Island, I didn't really fit in with the Staten Islanders. It's always like something a little, you know, I never really felt like one of them. You know, because my parents are from Brooklyn. They didn't really have a lot of friends there. So, like, I was just figuring out on my own, like, what the fuck's going on in this place? Like, it was, you know, and everything was like a little bit, I was always a little bit different. My mom was always on me for my grammar. She's always correcting my fucking grammar. Like, it's Michael and I, Eric. I'm like, all right, Michael and I, all right. Then I go to Mike's house. His mom's like, what's wrong? You don't want no more Ronies? I'm like, oh my God, your mom's fucking stupid. Oh my God, that was a double negative. She must be so embarrassed. Oh my God. You know, and like people on Staten Island don't leave Staten Island. So like, whenever they leave Staten, they're just looking for Staten Island again. I've noticed that. They go to fucking the pyramids of Giza. They're like, where the fuck, you guys got good bagels or what? It's like, this isn't. You're coming here to get away from the bagels, Joey. This is not, you know? You go to a fucking rainforest to hang out with some tribe that hasn't seen civilization. Like, yeah, their pizza's probably trash, though. It's like, I didn't go here for pizza. How's the bacon, egg, and cheese in LA, bro? I'm like, I didn't go there for the bacon, egg, and cheese. I'll stick to fucking Forest Avenue if I want a bacon, egg, and cheese, okay? Or Victory Boulevard. They're actually better on Victory Boulevard. So growing up there, everyone, like, everything you see on TV about Staten Island is 100% accurate. I wish I could be like, that's not really us, but I'm like, fuck, that's kind of us. Okay. And everyone on Staten Island is cruising at a fucking 12. You know what I mean? Even the Jews on Staten Island are like, what the fuck you looking at, douchebag, eh? I'm like, okay, it's, Easy, Isaac, it's the Sabbath, okay? Can we just be friends? So growing up there, if you're not like really fucking, like you don't really feel like one of them. Like I don't have a stereotypical Italian upbringing. My parents aren't off the boat immigrants. When you come to my house, my parents aren't there like, hey, que cosa, I don't have that whole. That's not me. My uncle wasn't making fucking shoes in the basement. I didn't have that shit, you know what I mean? I was very American. I loved PB&J, you know, stuff like this. And like I also didn't feel like the Italian Americans that I knew, because they all wanted to be on fucking The Sopranos. They were like, hey, fucking douchebag. Like I never had my uncles didn't know a guy, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't have an Aunt Donna addicted to cigarettes. Every Italian family has an Aunt Donna. She's probably here somewhere. She was born 65, never younger, never older. Super tan, addicted to leopard. Everything is just, her fucking car is leopard. Her house is leopard. And she's always at Christmas scaring a baby. Always in his face. Oh, he's gonna be a heartbreaker, this one. You're so handsome. He's so handsome. What's wrong? He looks scared. Why are you scared? It's like, Jesus Christ, Donna, I'm fucking scared, okay? Can you put your head back on and put your tongue back in your mouth, please? So growing up there, I was always like, okay, those are the Italians. I guess I'm not Italian enough for that. You know, I have a super Italian last name, right? Genetically, I am technically from Italy, long enough ago. Like I was always like, okay, I'm white. Those are the Italians. I had Puerto Rican friends, black friends. Those are the Italians. I'm white. Cool. Everyone knows their place, right? Didn't realize just how culturally Italian I was, being from Staten Island, until I moved to California and I met actual white people. From places like Utah and whatever the fuck Wyoming is. It was the first time in my life I saw a group of people and I was like, am I white? And look, it's a decent question. I'm not trying to get street cred, okay? I know that I was very privileged. I had a great life. I'm just saying, whatever you could say about white people doesn't make sense to Italian people. That's all I'm saying. You know, there's just something a little bit different. That's all I'm saying. Growing up, I used to worship all black comedians. I used to want to be like all the black comedians. Okay? They'd make me laugh. They'd make fun of white people, but I didn't know what the fuck they were talking about. For example, every black comedian in the 90s would be like, yeah, man, white people don't hit their kids. I'd be like, My mom's hitting me right now, so I don't... Like, white kids get punished, right? They have timeouts and shit like this, right? I've seen reruns of Seventh Heaven. They get things taken away from them, right? No computer for a week, Scott. That's what happens in like a traditional white family, right? So I had this friend from Colorado. We're talking one day. He's also another comedian living in Los Angeles. We're talking about our childhood one day. And he was like, wait a minute, man. Wait a minute. You mean to tell me your mom never took away your PlayStation? That's fucking awesome. You're so lucky. Give me one of those. Just, So I'm like, yeah. I'm real lucky, Scott. I'm real lucky. My mother never took away my PlayStation, but you want to know what she did take away? My fucking kneecaps, Scott. That's what my mom took away, okay? My mother took away my ability to chase the ice cream man. That's what my mom took away. I'd rather not play Crash Bandicoot for a week. That seems like a pretty good deal. Instead of missing out on making core childhood memories, guys, wait up! Hold on! She wasn't gonna give me $1 anyway, so what the fuck? My mother has hit me with bats, chairs, spoons, my siblings, anything she got her hands on. It was always something new, like a wrestling match. She'd pull out something like, we don't have a pool table. Where the fuck did you get a pool stick from? Didn't give a fuck. Italians hit their kids. There was no secret about it. My father threatened me in public. He's like, you don't give a fuck what these people think? Not a care in the world. And for some reason, what's weird too is like the more your mom would fuck you up, you'd still be more afraid of your dad for some reason. Like, where is the logic in that? Right? Like, your mom would commit legal child abuse on you, but you were more afraid of what this guy's gonna do, right? Your dad's threats were always in the future. Wait till your father comes home. Want me to tell your father? Wait till your father hears about this. My dad's biggest threat was, don't make me get up. Get the fuck up. Get up. What's gonna happen if you get up? Was there a magic trick? Get up. You gonna threaten me with exercise? You fat fuck, get up. I should have known too. It was always like a threat, never like actually came to fruition. I was 19. I should have been like, I don't think this guy's gonna do shit. Just a little bit different. That's all I'm saying, you know? That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying I should get an N-word pass. I'm just saying it's a little bit different. Just a little bit off. There's a gray area, okay? It was news to me. I went living in Los Angeles, okay? I was in church. This very progressive couple had like a 4 or 5-year-old son in church. This kid stomps his feet on the pew, looking at everyone in the church. He's just like, da, da, da. So me being me, I'm like, oh, this kid's about to get fucked up. Hey, wake up. This kid's about to get punted to the stained glass. This is gonna be fucking incredible. But that's when I learned about agreements and discussions. This was news to me. I'm waiting for his dad to fucking punt this kid. But how did Doug handle the situation? We're in California, so he's very, he's like, excuse me, buddy? Sequoia? Sequoia! Excuse me? Thank you for making eye contact. Thank you. That was really good. I don't want to say that I'm disappointed because that's a negative word, okay? I will say that I'm surprised because I thought we had an agreement that we weren't going to be screaming during the mass. Do you remember that, buddy? Do you remember that? What's that? Go fuck myself? Okay, all right. No, it's fine. He can live his truth. This is his journey. I'll let him express himself freely. So I'm seeing this. I'm having like flashbacks to a war I was never in. I'm ready for. All of a sudden, I'm like back in Vietnam with a fucking rifle. Ready for fucking war. Because if that was me, not even that long ago. In a Catholic Italian household, you can't mess around in church. That's where your parents have to pretend they're good people, okay? Right? Like they got, like we're just threatening your life in the parking lot. So if I was ever like talking too loud or bothering my sister, all my mom had to do was give my dad the signal in the middle of church, right? She'd be acting all holy. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Kill him. Fucking kill him. Take him outside. Kill him. Kill him right now. Jesus Christ said, I am the Lord. My dad would receive the signal. He's like, he's hearing fucking Guns N' Roses. Welcome to the jungle. We got fun and games. He would then grab my ear so fucking hard, almost ripping it out of my skull. And then he would whisper into a child's ear the most threatening, fucked up shit you've ever heard in your life, right in front of God. Didn't give a shit, by the way. Not a care. I can't have meat on Friday, but this shit's no problem. Listen to me. If you don't stop talking, I swear to Christ, I am gonna crucify you next to Jesus on that fucking cross. Do you understand me? He looks a little lonely up there, doesn't he? Look at me. You think I want to be here? I'm only here because your mother drags me here, okay? I'm already going to hell. I'll fucking kill you. Shut the fuck up. What? Sing the fucking song. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Just a little bit different, that's all I'm saying. Just a little bit different, that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I don't think I should get my own history month. I'm just saying, it's a little bit different, okay? I guess I should have known, though. There were signs along the way, you know? Like, I love the show Full House. Remember the show Full House? I used to love watching Full House with my brothers, but I realized, like, the Tanner family doesn't really act like the Alexandro family. You know? In one episode in particular, Stephanie Tanner had a problem at school, okay? Her friend Charles was being hit by his father, okay? You remember this, right? And she's like, wait a minute, I thought you said you get hit by a door. He was like, yeah, a door named Dad. The music got serious. I was like, what happened? What happened? I don't know what happened. What did I miss? What did I miss? The episode got real serious. Stephanie told Uncle Jesse. Uncle Jesse, like, he hits him. We gotta do something about this. Fuck yeah. Uncle Jesse calls the police. I'm not making this up. You go watch it, okay? Uncle Jesse calls the police. The police take Charles away to a foster home. And he's like, at the end of this episode, he's like, Stephanie, you did the right thing. Because of you, Charles's dad can't hurt him tonight. You did the right thing. Then he breaks character, looks at the camera, speaking directly to the audience at home, and he's like, if you or anyone you know is being hurt by their parents, please call this number. I remember watching that, my brother's like, are we supposed to call this number? Are we supposed to? My brother Brian, like, no, that's different. I'm like, how the fuck is that different? He said, I called one day. I was like, is Uncle Jesse there? Can I speak to Uncle Jesse?